All right. There's a lot of marriages happening. Love stories are underway, and y'all want to know what to expect, especially in that first year of marriage. We're going to talk about it, but before we do...
And we Terrence and Jill God-Ordained Union, and we've been together now for 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
So we're here to tell you that we want to increase.
Yes.
We want to help increase God-Ordained Unions.
Yes, yes. So if you are single and you desire marriage and you're wondering, why is it taking so long? What's wrong with me? What am I doing wrong? Why am I missing it?
Why haven't I been heard?
Yes, I'm getting old.
Where's my answers?
Where's my answers? We know what you mean. We know how you feel. We've been there. We've been there, done that. We were single for a long time, all through my 20s, 30s, and 40s. I did not get married until I was 52. Never had any children, never got married, was never proposed to, didn't have many boyfriends over my lifetime. And I didn't know what was going on. And so I finally realized, and I was exposed to some information that, some things were blocking me. And so a lot of what this channel is, we share, of course, our personal experience, yes, but we also share those things that could be blocking you. And so we talk about, how the enemy is on his prowl to steal, kill, and destroy. That is his mission. And so he doesn't want you to be married. And so the word of God says we need to know the tricks and schemes of the enemy, because at the end of the day, he doesn't want you to be married. So you're on the right channel. Make sure you subscribe, turn on your notifications. We go live every single Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We do pre-recorded videos like this one.
Every Sunday and every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yes. I was wondering why. Y'all, what y'all see, which what you get. My pillow is not here, back behind me. We do pre-recorded videos every
Sunday and every Thursday.
Yes.
At 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yes. We also have a private group that we record. Not record. We have a private group that we do that goes, that we meet every
first and third Tuesday.
Yes.
After the live.
From
8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yes. We also do one-on-ones. We're not therapists. If y'all want to talk to us, though, we are available.
Yeah, we keep whatever goes on in that confidential.
Yes. In the group and as well as our one-on-ones. So if you want to talk to us, we are available. We also have a prayer call. Well, it's not our prayer call, but we participate in it, and we invite you to join us. And that takes place every Fridays at 11:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time into midnight. And so if you want to join the prayer call, if you go to our website, www.godordainedunion.com, you will see the prayer call information on the calendar, on our homepage. If you want to join the private group, when you go to our website, www.godordainedunion.com, you will see where it says God-Ordained Connections. That is the private group. And so the access for the private group is confidential. It's back in the private group area. But you can join us. It's only $11 a month to join us. And so you can join us. The prayer call is absolutely free. We also have an ebook. If you want the ebook, ladies, just for you, those things that could be blocking you, some of those things that were blocking me, we talk about it in the ebook. All this stuff you can get at our website, www.godordainedunion.com. And y'all, please follow us on Instagram, because that's where it's our
day-to-day.
Our day-to-day.
Talk about our life as we live it.
As we live it. Good, bad, ugly, and indifferent. All the little things that we doing. You might see a little bit of everything. It's a glimpse in. We don't tell everything. But we share a lot of who we are. And so you can get to know us. And we can follow you back, because we want to get to know you too. Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of people on here talking about getting married. Well, there are a whole lot of people that are getting married.
Yeah.
Okay. And for some of you, the concern has come up, well, what am I to expect? when this happens. So that's what's going to be covered in this video. So,
yes,
baby, what are some of the things, especially in the first year, that they can expect to see after getting married?
Yes. So I just want to go over 7. These are just what we experienced. And this is based on a healthy marriage. Because somebody put a comment, what to expect. I want to get her comment right. Because I just want to make sure. Just in case you all are okay. She said, thank you for sharing. Can you elaborate by talking about what marriage is and what marriage is not? In other words, or in other terms, she said, what can each person expect from their spouse in a healthy, loving marriage? Thank you. So we're going to talk about these based on us and based on a healthy marriage. And so, all right. So the first thing is you can expect transformation. You're going to be transitioning and transforming into a different version of you.
Yeah. This whole thing about once you get married to somebody else, it's going to change your entire life.
It is.
So there's going to be some things in this transformation that you're going to learn about yourself. There's some things that you're going to like that you learn about yourself. And there's some things that you're going to not so much like about yourself, but that's a part of the process of you becoming the new you.
Yep. And it's a transformation in terms of good, bad, ugly, or indifferent. I always say marriage is the best personal development program ever. Because if you allow the transformation to take place, it is a beautiful thing. There are some things you're going to see because your spouse is a mirror of reflection of you. And so there's some things that you're going to see in yourself that you're going to be like, oh, I love her. Or the man might say, oh man, I didn't know I had that in me. But there's also going to be some things that you say, I don't like that about me. I don't like that I feel that way or think that way or coming across that way. So you're going to see some transformation. Also in this transformation, though, I have to be honest, is that this is where friends might drop off. Because you're transforming into a different person. They're going to accuse you. Some of them might be accused. You acting funny. You acting different. A lot of it could be, wondering why you putting your person before them. But you are definitely becoming a different person, a different version of you. And it comes with the union. It's a beautiful thing. I always say, I choose love. So everybody who's fallen on the side of love with us, you rocking with us. But those who got an issue, you got to fall off and you're not going where we're going.
Here's the thing too. This is also where you got to understand. You're also going through different seasons. Your season now is you're married. You're not single. So there's some things that's going to have to change just because.
Yeah. So you are definitely going through a transformation, definitely going through a transforming of who you are and who you are and who you becoming. I don't like that word too much, but you're transforming. You're transforming. The second thing is that there might be some conflict or resistance, especially the older we get.
I've said this since the beginning of this channel. The older you get, the harder it is for you to compromise on the things you've been doing all your whole life. But now you're living with somebody else. Mm-hmm. And what you used to do and not have to answer to anybody, now somebody else's feelings, their desires, their preferences, all of those things are going to play in.
Yep. And so,
So there's a lot of conversation that's going to be taking place.
Yes. And so where you are used to doing things solo and by yourself, you might have some resistance or some conflict, things how you like how things to be done. I see this a lot when, you brought your home, you already set it up how you wanted it. You got and this happens on either side, the man or the woman, and you just ready to move your spouse in it. And your spouse may feel some type of way because part of the conflict is part of the conflict is that you want to come in with the two of you building together. And so you're looking at one of the spouses may feel like we're starting at ground zero and we're building it because that's how it should be. We're coming in and building together. But you might feel like, well, I'm already there. I already accomplished this. I already got this. I already built my home. I'm looking for somebody to just come in and, move in what I've already created. And so there could be conflict and resistance there. There could be, so if you don't compromise, if you got a problem with compromising, and it's all about your way and no way, there's going to be some conflict there. Not to say that that's not your person. It means that
you just have to talk about it until you come to a resolution that is comfortable for both of you.
Yes. So I remember a couple of weeks ago, we went to Pottery Barn because there was a fragrance that I absolutely love. And I wanted to go back. I hadn't had it in years. And it was a fragrance that I used in my home when I was single. And so I was like, I want to go to Pottery Barn. I want to get that. It's a diffuser. And so I want to get that. And so for the bathroom. So we went to Pottery Barn and they didn't have the exact one I wanted, but they had some others. And so there was another one that was similar scent to the one that I originally wanted. And so, and I loved it. And but I'm learning that it's just not about me. I put this up on our Instagram channel page. So I asked Terrence, I said, ask my husband, do you like this one? He didn't like that one. He liked it another one. And I liked the other one too. I mean, it was okay. It's nice. It's a nice scent, but that's not what I had, what I envisioned. That's not the scent that I had in my head. And the caption that I put in there is marriage be like, but does he like it too? And so the one that he liked, I liked it as well, but it wasn't my first choice. But because he liked that one over the other one, I said, okay, well, we're going to go ahead and go with the one that he likes. But it could be a conflict. If you know what I mean, it could be, well, I want this one. It could, and in the beginning, it will happen. It may happen, while you're learning how to compromise. Yes.
How to become one.
Yes, it may happen while you're in that process. The third thing is no boundaries. No boundaries. Your spouse got full access to your vulnerabilities, to your weak spots.
Yeah, that's a tough one for men. So, because we're not used to telling our weaknesses and things that make us vulnerable. So I will say, women, when you get married, don't be surprised if there's still one or two things that he hadn't told you at his most vulnerable points, because that takes, him really getting to a point where he knows if he tells it to you, it's going to the grave with you.
Yes.
So don't feel like, oh my God, you've been holding out.
Yes.
That's not what he's doing.
Yes. So there's no boundaries, but you also got to use wisdom and patience, because some of the boundaries going to look like they cross real quick, and some of it is going to be resistance, conflict. If it takes a process to tap it. So one of those things is Terrence coming to the bathroom with me. I mean, it took some getting used to. Him coming to the bathroom. It took some getting used to. But what I don't do now, I don't lock the door. Like, my husband knows if I'm taking a bath or whatever I'm doing in the bathroom, he has access. He can come in the bathroom. He has access. These other boundaries and accesses mean, also phones. We both got each other's phone. We don't both have iPhones, so we don't have like location capabilities. In fact, first of all, I don't even know how to put on a location, but I hear a lot of people, I got your location. This one person told me, yeah, I saw you. I was like, how did you, like, I got your location. How you got my location? Like, I don't even know how that works. But if we figure out how to do it, we'll have each other's locations. Like, we got passwords, and not because, and it was never a thing of, it's time to give each other our passwords. It wasn't like that. It literally was like really by default. Like when we created, I remember when we created this channel, we had to, have an email address. So we picked the Terrence and Jill at Gmail email address. And so the way it's set up, when we're logging in or doing a password, it goes to one of our phones or to Terrence's iPad. And so it gets to the point where it's got to the point where it's like, hit, do the approval that Google sends. And so, of course, I had to, know my password is such and such and such. And so it was like kind of like default, like, and knowing, his social security number and, having access to his cards and my cards and this, all of that access. And a lot that really comes kind of like in your dating or in your, like when you're engaged. A lot of that.
Yeah, because now you're starting to actually combine a lot of stuff.
Right. When you're, yes.
Your last name is about to change. So
right. A lot of things are.
Yeah, you're trying to get ahead of the curve almost and say, well, let's go ahead and start doing this stuff and combining this and combining that.
Yeah.
So, that's when a lot of that starts.
Yeah. But I remember when we were dating, I think it was right before we were about to get engaged. I remember Terrence was like, here, take my office phone number, just in case anytime you need to reach me and, something happened to my cell phone or whatever, you can always reach me. Here's my office, the number that's the phone on my desk, as well as, he said his office number, his work email address. And I was like, okay, you're giving me more access. Okay. And it was like, but it was kind of like, and then I remember we were also, almost engaged, and I gave him a key to my apartment because when he would travel to see me every weekend, sometimes he would come early. And I would still be at work, and I didn't want him to come early and have to sit in the car. So I was like, you get a key. And so when I went to visit him, he gave me a key. It's like, okay, so access is, you can expect access. And that, again, that probably access is going to start to happen in your dating engagement, as you get to trusting each other. You start to
know that's the one.
Yes,
that you're gonna be
yes. But also, you're going to start to explore each other once you're married. Once you're married, you're going to start to explore each other, having access to each other's body and their mind and their soul and their deepest thoughts and feelings. And there's going to be no boundaries. And this is the person that you could share any and everything with.
And know that you should be able to.
And you should be.
You're going to spend the rest of your life with that person. Why not feel comfortable enough to share with them things you'd never share with anybody else?
Yep. And every parts of your body and, and even in your worst times. And I remember, it doesn't happen a lot now, but I remember I used to sweat a lot, like going through menopause. Like I used to sweat a lot in the beginning of our marriage, and the bed would be soaking wet. The sheets would be soaking wet, and him in my sweat. You know what I mean? It's just, this is no boundaries, and this is who we in this together, and we're, so, all of that. All right. Number 4, testing. So you can expect that you're going to be tested.
Yeah.
And
you're going to be tested individually and as a couple.
Yes. And the 3 main areas you're going to be tested in.
It's going to be finance, it's going to be sex, and it's going to be communication.
Yes, those are the 3 areas, because the enemy figures if he can test you in those 3 areas, any of those 3 areas, he can potentially break you up. Those are the most main reasons for divorce. And so you want to make sure when you see that there is a red flag in one of those areas, that you get on it. Our test came with our finances. I lost my job 6 months after we got married. And so the enemy, and you know what, a lot of it, the Lord could have tested us as well, and like how we want to handle it, and so how we was going to handle this test. And I'm gonna tell you, I kick, scream, and holler. You talking about conflict and resistance. There was a lot of conflict and resistance from me because I was so independent. Like since I was 16, just always taking care of all of my financial desires, needs, wants. And so to be married at 52, like, wait a minute, what do you mean that I don't got no income and I got to rely just on you, even though you're my husband? It was just a new, unfamiliar concept for me, and walking in real time of that, it did not feel good. And so that was a test. Thank God we passed that test. But I'm gonna tell you, I made it hard. I made it very hard. I literally remember one time I was crying and I said, I feel like I'm dying. And really it was dying of self. It really was dying of self. And I remember, Terrence saying, I don't want you to go back to work. Like, don't go back to work. And I'm like, and so, yeah. But yeah, so you will have some testing. So you can expect that there'll be some testing. Number 5, you can expect that you're going to be purpose driven. You're going to really feel even more like you want to you're going to have those days, well, let's just snuggle up and just be me and you, us, the world is going on, but, we're just going to sit and just enjoy life, just the two of us behind closed doors and never come out again. But then there's going to be another side of you that's going to say, we want to conquer the world. And this is where you got to be careful because the relationship is purpose driven. You got to be careful if you don't do separate pursuits. If one do one thing and one do the other, because that's where division comes in as well, the spirit of division. And so you want to make sure that you can expect that the two of you are going to be doing something together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can work one place and the other person works somewhere else, but your purpose
together, where you're positioned at
of one.
Yes, exactly. Which goes into number 6, which is oneness. You can expect that you're going to be merging more and more as one entity, and you're going to realize, like, one of the things that I realize is that, first of all, me and my sisters, all of us, even including Marty and Sean, the 6 of us, we each know each other's favorite color since we were little girls. And it has not changed. Always same color. It has not changed. I can tell you what everybody's favorite color is. My color was my favorite color till I was 52. Got with him. Why is my favorite color now green?
Probably because mine is green.
That was not my favorite color. That's my sister's favorite color. That's not my favorite color. It wasn't my favorite color. But you're going to realize that you're going to be coming one, and it's going to be coming one being in pursuit of this life and all this abundance that God has for you. You're going to realize that you're the power of one. We talk about this all the time. We didn't realize our finances didn't start to explode until we put everything together.
Put everything in one account.
Yep. And a lot of that happened when I lost my job, and we had to when we merged everything, it was like, what the heck? And even we're on this detox currently, and because we have different, first of all, we have different blood types. So my blood type thrives off of meat. Terrence's blood type thrives off of vegetables. And so a lot of times we eat differently, even during the day or during the week.
Mm-hmm.
We'll eat different things for dinner. Like we'll stop at different places because we eat different things. And I'm wondering why I can't lose weight. And I just told, so we're on a detox now. We're on day 7 and we're doing it together. And I told Terrence, I think yesterday, I said, this is being successful because we're doing it together. Had I been doing this by myself, I would have eaten by now. I would have stopped it by now. I would have talked myself out of it by now. But more and more, the Lord is showing us that our success and the things that we do, everything that we've done so far in this marriage,
it's based upon us doing it together.
Doing it together.
Yeah.
Everything else, that my thing, his thing, it doesn't last. It becomes a non-interest.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and under this oneness, this is especially for the ladies, because I hear this a lot. I don't want to lose myself. I don't want to lose myself. I just don't want to lose myself. And then you have the girlfriends, girl, just don't lose yourself. Just don't lose yourself. You girl, just don't lose yourself. Lose yourself. In a healthy marriage, it's a safe place. And it's a beautiful place. Yes. Lose yourself. That person who you were.
The word says that the two becomes one.
And losing yourself is a beautiful thing. And that's part of the transformation. You're going to a new version of who you are. And you cannot be one part of you still in your single season and the parts you loved about your single season and the other part trying to be in your marriage. It don't work like that. That's where conflict comes. That's where double-mindedness comes. That's where resistance comes. No, it's beautiful to merge as one, being one in this thing. You discover a whole new you, a beautiful you. And let me tell you, this is what people call the soft life. This is the part where you ain't got to be everything. You can release the load. Those things that were weighing you down, the things that made you that super successful single woman, you ain't, and the things that have weighed you down and the crawling you had to do, you ain't got to do that. When you become one, that's why the word says when one is up, when one is down, the other's up, the other one can help the other. Become in your oneness. Yep. Become one in this thing. You can expect that you're going to be drifting more and more and more to one. You can expect that. Don't fight it. Don't fight it.
Yeah, you know what's funny is just the other day, as a matter of fact, she goes to the store without me. And usually when she goes grocery shopping, I go with her. And so she calls me to say, oh my God, I miss you. I was like, what are you talking about? She said, I just realized that you're not with me and I got to pack my own groceries because I do all of that. So yes, there's going to be some oneness, but there's going to be some things that's going to be taken off your plate that you don't have to do when y'all are together.
You ain't got to do no more, ladies.
You find, oh, man, I got to carry this bag myself.
Man.
That was so funny.
And when I tell you, and when I was single, Jill, let me tell you something. Not only did I do I didn't have as much groceries, but I had a lot of groceries. I would go, of course, I would pack all my groceries. I would bring them up all of my flights of stairs by myself, put all the groceries up, had to cook. I did it all, quote unquote, effortlessly. It became my routine. But now that I'm married, I never forget when we first got married and we went back to Maryland to my family to a cookout. I think my niece was having a cookout. And I never forget my sister's best friend, who is my niece's godmother. My niece's best friend said, so now all of a sudden you can't carry groceries, so you can't carry things. Now all of a sudden you can't carry your luggage. Now all of a sudden she was like, I'm just so disgusted of you. Like now all of a sudden this new Jill can't do nothing because my husband does everything. Like, he does it all. Like, I don't have to carry the luggage or the bags or the none of that. Like, I just don't. Like, but I do other things. Like, there's some things that he doesn't have to do anymore. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, but yeah, you become one, and those, yeah, it's like literally you get another arm, you become. Yeah, you become one, and don't fight it. Like, trying to stay single, no.
Look, and we get it. Y'all want to help us do some stuff, but it's actually easier for a guy if you just get out of his way, like carrying the luggage, getting trash or whatever. Look, just move. I've been doing this my whole life. Just move. I don't need you to tell me what bags to carry first. Just move and go on upstairs. I got you.
Listen, we go to Aldi's. And listen, my job, let me tell you what my job is. Go through them aisles, pick what I want, all that. We both pick what stuff we want.
I'll put it in there.
We both pick the stuff that we want. We put it in. Yeah, but he put everything on a conveyor belt. He of course he pulled out his card. We got the same cards, but he put out his card. He packing up the bags. I'm sitting there scrolling on my phone or waiting for him, because he got a system of how he like to do things. He gonna bring all the groceries upstairs, all of that. But what I do, I unpack all the groceries. So I make sure that they go in the cabinets and organized in the refrigerator and all of that. And so, yeah, we got a little system going. But the point is,
getting into that system was a trip.
Getting into that system, there was some conflict and resistance. And so, but yeah, becoming one, let it happen. Yeah. It's beautiful. The outcomes are beautiful when you're doing things together. It's, doing his separate thing and you doing your separate thing, and this thing, or you sleep in your own room, I sleep out. Girl, become one. Be one. And then the last thing that you can expect, number 7, is that seasons will change.
Yes.
Seasons will change. It's not always happy. And so if you all of a sudden get married, and Davey did this thing, if y'all follow Davey, and I posted it on our story, so you can go. I don't know if it's going to last by the time this video come out, but Davey did this thing. He was like, if I go silent, it's okay. In the relationship, if I don't want to talk today, I don't love you any less. It's just that not talking sometimes is peaceful for me. Doesn't mean that I don't love you. It doesn't mean that I don't want you. It means like, today I have nothing to say. And so I'm just saying, when you get to that, you might experience that. You might experience you have a sad spouse one day. You might have, something happen on the job and your spouse is not happy today. And so it doesn't mean that the marriage in a whole is unhappy. It means that you having times and seasons and moments where it's not happy. You're going to have ups and downs. Yeah. We're living in a world that is wicked. And so you're going to have external influences. And it's just what it is.
Yeah, you're going to know that there's times when she feels she needs to rest.
Yep.
There are times, let her rest.
Yep.
There are times when she comes out and says, let's watch a movie. Watch the movie. Mm-hmm. It's not to say everything's going to be the same every single day, every single season. And you just adjust. Why? Because y'all are together. You're learning more about her every day. She's learning more about you every day. Sometimes I'm playing chess.
Yep.
Sometimes I'm sitting there with my iPad and the TV's actually watching me. I'm not even watching it, but it's on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you just got to know that and say, okay, there's nothing wrong.
There's nothing wrong.
Nothing major.
There's not a threat to the marriage. It's just that this is it's just that, there's ups and downs.
Yeah, because you both still have your way of unwinding.
You have your way of unwinding. You got and then with that, our bodies change. Mm-hmm. Especially those of you who are older, you're going through menopause. Let me just say, the man always wants sex. Always.
But here's the thing.
You can expect that.
Life is going, look, that's why you have to be with the right person.
Yes. The man always wants sex.
You got to be with the right person.
Don't skip over that part. The man always wants sex, and the women may not always want it. And so you can expect that. And there be some times it'd be like, let me hurry up and go to sleep before he gets in here, before he finishes the last game, before the game go off. Let me hurry up and go to sleep.
See that?
But he will wake me up. But you can expect that because there's no boundaries. Going back to there's no boundaries, it's access.
You have to know each other.
But you got to know each other.
And you got to be willing when something don't make sense to ask. Why come it don't make sense?
You're right.
So you can get that understanding because sometimes you just don't understand.
Right. So those are some things like that first year. It really is a test and trial period. The enemy will try his big one. But a lot of it I think if you go in willing to change, because it will change you. You will change. You got to go in it like, I'm willing to change. And this is a thing. I had talked about this in a video before. Before Terrence came, when I was single, I had a successful consulting business. I had reached 6 figures in my consulting, my nonprofit consulting. And so a year before I came across Terrence's profile, something in my spirit said, start to pull this back. Start to pull this business back. And I didn't fully know why, but I remember it was a May. Because I would go every single morning. I would go live on Instagram and talk about nonprofits and how to develop your nonprofit. And so I remember saying this whole month of May, May, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to pull back. And I remember one of my business associates, she was like, you sure you want to do that? You're going to lose, your momentum, and you're going to lose the algorithm is going to change. And I was like, I feel in my spirit, I need to pull back. I need to pull back. And so I did. And so I started slowly but surely, pulling back from the business, and I didn't know why. And then a year later, I came across Terrence because I realized is that business was in that was a part of my purpose in my single. That was how I was positioned in my single season. And so I say all this to say, if you learn to not be so attached to things, your successes, the brand you build on your own, the company you build on your own, your house that you bought. If you learn how to not be so attached and stop making your world revolve around the things you built and revolving around things and material things, one, you have more access to attract love, but 2, you also it will be easier in your transitioning into marriage. And so for me, I remember when I bought my condo, it was a block. One of the blocks from the guy that I was dating, thank God, because God worked all things together for good for those who are called according to His purpose. That's the scripture. Called according to His purpose, all things work together for the good. But my condo, I had bought a condo, and he wanted to be married, and he was, and I was like, well, I was in my mind, I was like, no, this is a 1-bedroom, and this ain't gonna fit for the both of us. And so, but I was holding on so tight because it was mine. And I remember like 3 or 4 years into, living there, I said to the Lord, I said, Lord, when it's time for me to release this condo, let me be able to release it. Let me release it. I don't want to have to hold it. And so I remember when I got rid of my condo, but I say that to say a lot of you, you bought your home and you settled in your home and all that, but you have a tight grip. Also with careers, I can't relocate because, I got, 20 years here at this job. Anything you got to hold a grip on and you hold, that is an indication that that could be an idol in your life. Like everything is got to revolve, and love has got to revolve around that thing that you holding on. But if you can learn to not be so attached to things and the certain lifestyle you have now, it will be a easier transition into marriage.
Yeah. And the thing is, keep this in mind. As we talk about change, as we talk about the things that you're going to experience, know that we're not saying you got to be perfect.
Right.
That ain't what we're saying. None of us are perfect. None of us are going to ever be perfect. But as you are changing and you're learning how to actually live with somebody else, because a lot of people are single for a long time before they actually meet someone that they're going to live the rest of their life with. And you just done picked up some habits that you never knew were issues because you lived by yourself. You were by yourself. You didn't have to check with anybody to make decisions about anything. Now you want to be mindful to say, you know what? I got another person that their opinions matter too. Let me run this by them. Even if you felt like you didn't need their opinion, it's still great to run it past them to let them know that you're including them in everything that you're doing moving forward.
Yeah, because your single friends ain't going to understand. What do you mean you got to call and get permission? Or what? It's not permission. It's like we won. Like I'm not going to do something and not tell him that I'm doing it. Like when a family member needs money, I'm not going to I got to let him know. I mean, we have the money, but I can't just arbitrarily I want to let him know like such and such needs, some money. We have it, I just want to, check in with you. So so that's part of being one, and that's being respectful, also of the marriage and being mindful of, so you can expect that as well, that you may want to practice checking in and, keeping each other abreast of, some things. There's some things like I check all the email, and I'm usually the one who responds to all the email. There's some requests that, a lot of you make or whatever, some collaborations or whatever. And it may sound like a good thing, but I have to check with my husband. Like I can't just, even down to topics and stuff. Like there's some things that the Lord may share with Terrence about a topic, but he comes to me as well and say, what's your input, and vice versa. And so everything we do it together, like,
we've discussed who's going to give the bullet points for
who's
certain videos.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't just arbitrarily say, well, this is my topic, I'm going to do this.
Right.
It's like, this is a great topic, let's do the video. And then we discuss who's going to say what. Yeah. If the Lord give that person the notes for it, then like with this one, the Lord gave me the notes for it. The Lord, so we, everything we do together, and more we're realizing even outside of this channel, we're learning, to do together, because that's so you can expect that, and you're going to want to do it. You're going to want to be around your person. It's just, why you gotta always be around your husband? And I was one of those ones. Why she can't go nowhere. Now I understand, like really, like you just really want to be around your person. Another thing that's one of the things you can expect. Like you don't want to, you got a healthy marriage. Somebody put this article out. It said something like, studies have shown that married women need to have a girls' night out every 21 days. That's a lie. That is a lie. Like, who put that out?
Who are they studying? They studying people who are on the brinks of divorces? Who are they studying? Like really, who are they studying? Because you might find yourself in your marriage, you might find yourself not even wanting to go out with girlfriends, or not wanting to do things without your husband. It's now when we talk about work trips, I don't want to go. There's a training that I don't want, if the training not local, I don't want to go. Like I ain't trying to, there was a work trip.
Talk about that.
Yeah.
My job is thinking about sending us on a trip to another location just to check out something that they're doing. And it's like, if we ain't going down there and coming back in the same day, I don't care to go. Right.
Don't want to go. Like, so you might expect that you might you just always want to be with your spouse.
So
that's not a bad thing.
no.
When you with your person, that person becomes your best friend. He becomes your best friend, and also the things you're going to also find out things you can expect to find out, new interests, new experiences.
This also expands your peace.
Yes.
It
Yes.
expands your peace. When you and the person that you chose to spend the rest of your life with are one, and you are all in this together, and y'all are all in, and y'all are, it's going to expand your peace.
Yes. Yes.
It's not only to you sitting in what you call your man cave doing something. It's going to be somewhere where you include her as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You'll be like, nah, we ain't gonna have the man cave. We're gonna tear that down and build a deck. So
Right.
we both can come
We both.
Yeah.
Right. There's many times. Shoot, look, only thing. Shoot, if I go to bed. I said, husband, we gotta get up early in the morning. By the time I go in the bathroom, come out, my husband in the bed. I ain't got to say it twice. Like he's like any opportunity he could be wrapped up under his wife, and likewise for me too. Like he out here watching TV or whatever.
No, we got
baby,
TV in the bedroom.
Right, baby, what you doing? What you doing?
I want to watch TV that bad. I turn the one on in the bedroom.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean, you can expect that you're gonna always want to be with your person. Mm-hmm. You can expect new experiences, new interests, new ideas. You can expect a whole new world.
Yeah, and I got a cousin. She's married, and she told me one time, or her husband told me one time, when she's not home, he don't even sleep in the bedroom.
Wow.
He's like, cuz I just fall asleep in front of the TV.
Wow.
Your cousin ain't here, and I don't sleep in that bed. But she ain't in the... Okay, she helping family do something for the weekend, and I'm holding it down here, but I'm not going in that bedroom this weekend until she come back.
Wow.
I didn't know what he was talking about until now.
Wow. That's
it makes
crazy.
sense now. It didn't make sense then because I was single. I was like, okay, I'm thinking, all right, that's you.
That's what you do.
But now it makes sense.
It makes sense. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you can expect to not even remember who you were when you were single. It's such a new, different person. A different person, new experience. I can't even hardly remember single Jill. Like I literally maxed out on being single. Like and then you can expect to go. You want to go all in your marriage, all in. And so that's why you got to maximize on your single season. And so yeah.
Yeah. So when you get married and go into that first year, just know that it's not going to all be roses and ice cream and whipped cream.
And bliss.
It's going to be some learning. It's going to be some challenges. It's going to be some
testing,
some giving and taking. It's going to be some compromising. It's going to be some learning and trying to understand, trying to be understood. All of those things are going to play. And how your marriage, that foundation, is going to be set up based upon how y'all get through that first year and set all these things in place.
Yep. And a lot of this you will see in the dating and then an engagement period. So, yeah.
So we hope this helped you.
Yes.
Understand a little bit more what you can look forward to. And this is based upon what we went through. Mm-hmm. But at the same token, we hope this also directs you back to God and ask him what he has to say about your situation.
Yes.
With that being said, we look forward to seeing you guys in our next video.
Yes. Peace.